Yes. Okay. So these are the two things that we are going to focus on. Um, so let us talk about what do you mean by the what do you mean by the data flow modeling? Okay. Okay. So it is actually the RTL description that we have to follow. RTL description. So which is nothing but whenever we have any digital circuit that must be represented in the Boolean equations. Okay, so that is equations are sufficient to describe the digital circuit. Okay, so when we talk about the gate level modeling, the biggest problem with the gate level modeling is that as the complexity of the circuit is increases, more number of statements I need to write. Okay, for example, you consider 2 by 2 cross 1 multiplexer. Okay, for that one it's okay, fine. Only two gates and essentially three gates are there. Whereas if you consider the 16 by 1 multiplexer, 16 by 1 multiplexer means n 16 gates that we have to take, and OR gate we have to take n number of gates that are involved in that one. So there is no option we have to take, we have to call each and every gate. Okay, if it is area of instance are possible, then it's no problem. But if it is not area of instance are not possible, then all possible gates that we need to write, there is no option. So that complexity can be reduced with the help of data flow modeling. Okay, so little bit complexity can be reduced. Okay, so let us consider, we take one example. So it is also used, let us write the answer for this one. It is used to describe the circuits, the circuits in the sense logical circuits at data flow level. Data flow is nothing but when it is connecting from, when the data is flowing from one place to another place, only we need to concentrate on input output behavior. Okay, so if this is the inputs, okay, this should be the output will be produced. Okay, so but this relationship is existed based on mathematical operators. Okay, so that means the input and output is connected, or input output is related with the help of some operators. Okay, so at the data flow, or which means that that is based on input comma output relationship with operators. Okay, okay, the information can be transferred from input side to the output side with the help of the basic operators, with the help of basic operators we have to use. Okay, now so let us consider one example here. Okay, for example, y is equal to a XOR b, for example. I have written like this. Okay, so what it says that this equation says that whenever there is a and whenever there is a b, or whenever both are changing at the same time, that change will be calculated with the help of that operator. That result will be assigned to y. Okay, so therefore, what we can observe that if you take any digital circuit, the digital circuit output and input must be related by somehow. Okay, so whether Boolean operators that we have to use or some other operators that we have to use, whatever it may be, there must be a input output relationship should be there. Okay, so that relationship is based on operators. Okay, so this particular statement in Verilog point of view, we will call it as continuous assignment statement. It is called continuous assignment statement. We are assigning some results to the output alone. Why it is called continuous? Because explicitly we are writing A and B. That means we don't need to say that when A is changes, this operation has to done. When B is changes, this operation has to done. We are not saying like this. At any point of time, A and B changes, or A only alone changes, or B alone changes, or both A and B changes. This evaluation must be happened, and that must be assigned to Y. So that's the reason why it is called continuous assignment. Okay, there is no explicit representation for changes of A and B. Okay, So therefore, what we can call it as, this is also called as continuous assignment. Continuous assignment statement. In gate level modeling, what are the statements that we have used? Gate primitive statements we have used. Okay, so their definitions already available there. But in data flow modeling, we have to use continuous assignment statements. Okay. So what are the operators that we have to use? Operators. What are the operators? The first one is for logical concern, for logical purpose, we have to use for an AND gate, for example. So we have to use with the AND symbol. Okay, this is the operator that we have to use. So whatever the operator that we have used, this is a Boolean operator. Okay, that is a Boolean operator. Whereas AND operation is represented by this one, or is represented by one line here, not by negation I can use it, or explanatory statement also I can use. NAND, not and that I have to use. This is the best choice. Okay, NOR, not or, XOR. This is the symbol that I have to use it for XOR. XNOR, not of, XOR. Okay, so these are all the basic operators that we have to use. Okay, so therefore different type of operators are there, etc. and Verdana. I'm going to talk it, this is an etc. So later we will see what are the different other operators are there. So these are all called logical operators. What we can call it as logical operators. Okay, so some arithmetic operators are there, relationship operators are there, equality operators, the different operators are available. We will discuss that point in the next previous classes. Okay, so these are the essential operators that we have to use, and with that one we will take another one also. For example, uh, ternary operator. Actually, these are the binary operator. For simplicity, I'm going to write another operator is called question mark colon. So this is a ternary operator. Ternary operator, very useful operator. So normally operators are classified into, okay, I will tell you brief discussion about this one. So normally operators are classified into three types. One is unary, the second one is binary, the third one is ternary. So basically operators are classified into this type. Okay, so unary operator is nothing but not gate, not is for example of this one is, for example for this one is not. Okay, in the binary case we considered all these things. Okay, better I'll write negation. So for example for this one is all the things, yeah, AND gate, OR gate, XOR, NOT gate, all these things will come under this one only. Okay, etc. For ternary operator, only one ternary operator, colon, semicolon, and colon. Okay, that is a ternary operator. Okay, so this is the basic information we should know about the data flow modeling. Okay, so what do you mean by data flow modeling? Means whenever there is an input-output relationship is there, that relationship must be represented by a mathematical equation. That equation we will call it as a continuous assignment statement. And we have to use the operators called Verilog operators, some operators that we have used. With the help of that operators only, we have to give the relationship between the input and output. Okay, that's it. Now let us take some examples. Then how do we use these operators in order to perform logical operations? Okay, okay, fine. examples. Okay, so first where we have started the, for example, we consider full adder. Okay, so what is the, for if you want to describe any digital circuit, first and foremost important thing is that is called as a black box. Okay, so whatever it may be, so I need to consider that is a black box. Okay, consisting of what are the things are there, only external information will be there, A, B, C, and we have some signal, we have a C out signal. Okay, it is a full adder. Now, so the internal structure is different for gate level modeling. The internal structure is different for data flow modeling. Okay, so in the data gate level modeling means we need to write a gate level circuit, but it is not required. Okay, so for we can easily write what is the mathematical equation for this one. Okay, what is the mathematical equation for the sum A XOR B XOR C? What is the C out then? AB plus BC plus CA. So this is the, actually these operators are called Boolean operators, but we have different Verilog operators are there. With the help of that one we need to do. So let us write quickly for simple understanding. Okay, let us write a module. This is a full adder. I have A comma B comma C. I have some signal and C out signal. So the inputs from this one is A comma B, sorry, A comma B comma C, and output I can write it here directly. Output nothing but S comma C out. Okay, irrespective of the modeling style, this is the first thing that we should notice. The second one is we are using the gate level data flow modeling. Exactly copy that information, that equations. So, but it's very important to note that since it is a continuous assignment, we have to write assign is the keyword. So therefore, Verilog compiler or simulator will understand that this is a continuous statement. Okay, unless otherwise, if you're not writing assignment statement, it's not valid. Okay, please remember. So now the assign is equal, directly we can write. A XOR means this is the symbol that we have to use. So B XOR C. Okay. Similarly, we write another assignment statement. Okay. And C out should be A ended with B, or with B ended with C, or with C ended with A, or A ended with A, C also is possible. Finally, we need to write AND module. So from this program, what we can understand, the complexity of the or the labor that is involved while you are writing the gate level modeling is somewhat reduces. But because for that one we need to have a gate level circuit. But no need to think about the gate level circuit directly. The equations are sufficient. But you have to keep in your mind that for any digital circuit, we should know mathematical equations, the Boolean equations. Otherwise, it's not possible. Okay. So therefore, what we can conclude about this one, we should know the Boolean equations. Digital circuit. It's very important. Okay. Now, I think whatever the logical circuits that we have seen in the previous, I'm going to copy and I will, we will do accordingly. Okay. So better I'll take some problems from the second unit. Okay. Okay, for here I'm going to talk about. For the modeling style that you use, test bench is unique. Same test bench that we have to use. No need to change the test bench if you are using the different thing. Okay. Okay. So we'll take some other example. For example, okay, it's a time waste to take all those things, and let us consider another example. What example that we want to write? What's your interest? We have seen so many things: adder, decoder, multiplexer, and then encoder, and comparator that we have seen. Tri-state mux. You want to write? Okay. So let us take tri-stated mux. Tri-stated mux. Okay. See, the question is that whatever the digital circuit that you considered here, okay. For example, mux 2+1 mux. Let us consider I0, I1. This is the selection line. This is the Y, for example. Okay. See, we don't want to bother about what is the inside of the circuit. Okay, whether it's a tri-state it is realized, or whether it is realized with the help of basic gates. We don't want to bother about this one. That means that we don't want to bother about the internal view of your circuitry. Just so it's not at all a suitable question that. So only we need to write it here is that Y is actually represented by S bar I0 plus S into I1. That's all. So in order to implement this equation, so many methods are there. Okay. So we don't want to look at that one. Only thing is that I want to describe the 2+1 multiplexer by using the data flow modeling. That means the equation is sufficient. Equation is unique actually. Okay, of course, some kind of manipulation we can do. You can reduce the size of the equation. Okay, but implementation will be different. Okay, so therefore, if you're asking, even if you're asking the tri-stated mux, I'll use the same equation. Even if you're asking the basic gates using the mux, I'm using the same equation. Therefore, it's independent on what kind of circuitry that you are using. It is, yeah, it is independent of whatever the circuitry that you're using. Okay, that's what you have to remember. So therefore, this equation shall be right. Okay, let us write the module. What is the name of this module? Did I write my module name here? Yeah, mux. So what are the things are there? I0, I1, S, Y. So in this inputs are I0, I1, yes. Outputs are Y. Okay, what is the mathematical equation? Simply assign Y equal to, you know, the not of S ended with I0. Okay, it's not a square brackets, it's open brackets. So you please remember, square bracket has some kind of meaning. That is a vector notation only we have to use. Okay, it is not for that one. Okay, so this is ended with, sorry, this is odd with S ended with I1. Is it clear? It is better to use the parenthesis. Otherwise, it will be a little bit difficult to read. Okay, for the simulator, we can understand, but for us, it's difficult to understand that one. Okay. Finally, we need to write n module. Okay. So let us take another way to write this equation. Okay. Another way to write this equation. So very useful equation, in fact, actually. So instead of writing this one, for example, I consider this, we put it here. So I want to make this is a comment. I want to make the first line is a comment. What should I do? 2 forward slashes that I have to use. Slash we have to use 2 forward slash. If I am using the 2 forward slashes means that assignment does not have any meaning. Okay. So for particularly this particular particularly this kind of example, especially for the 2+1 multiplexer, ternary operator is a useful one. Okay, so I'm going to use the ternary operator. So assign y is equal to, please carefully understand. Yes, if s is equal to true, I naught must be the output, otherwise I1 will be the output. So that's how I can write. See here. So what is the expression that I'm writing here? So I'm writing here is one expression. And false value. Okay. So what is the expression here? Whatever the expression, I'm using the S expression. S means S expression. For example, S I'm writing. F is saying that whether it is a true or false. If it is true, S is equal to true means 1. S is equal to true means 1. Actually, you have to remember that. True says that 1. False says that 0. Okay. If expression is true, means that logic 1, what should be the output? I naught must be the output. అదే కదా చెప్తుంది మనకి ట్రూత్ టేబుల్. If S is equal to false, then output is assigned by I1. Okay. Therefore, here is the output Y. Therefore, Y is something like this. Now, S is true, I naught will be assigned to Y. If S is false, I1 will be assigned to Y. Right. So that is what we have to remember. Yeah, if you want to say that reverse, then we can write it reverse also. Okay. So anyway, multiplexer means only one thing has to go outside. Okay, whether it is first one I naught or maybe I1 doesn't matter. But anyway, conventionally we have learned like that, so we use the same way. Okay. For example, I am saying like this: y is equal to naught of s I1 and I naught. So if s is equal to 0, s is equal to 1, what is the output for y? The question is, in this particular expression, yeah, I have written, this is also possible. So whatever the before semicolon, whatever the thing is there, that will be called as an expression. Okay. So expression can be some kind of equation, or directly true or false condition, doesn't matter. Okay, that expression I have mentioned and 2 assignments that I have done. So what is happening if s is equal to 0? S is equal to 0 means here it will be considered as, here it is considered as not of 0. That's what the meaning. Then I1, I naught. Okay, so S not of 0 means what? One true only kada. This is a true. If it is a true, what is happening here? Yeah, true means I1 must be selected. Y is assigned by I1. So therefore, as we have mentioned, first one is always a true value. Always a true value. Second one is always false value. So accordingly that we have to think about it. Okay. So therefore, which one is the best thing? So ternary operator is the best thing in this particular case. Okay. Okay, fine. So let us now write another example. Okay. Let us take another example. What another example let us take? What is another expression? Decoder, shall we write decoder? Shall we write decoder? Okay. So 2/4 decoder. Okay. So what is the 2/4 decoder says that? When the number of inputs of the signals is increases, it's better to consider vector notation. Okay, for example A, for example T. Okay. So for example, enable signal also I'm going to consider. Enable also I'm going to consider. So in that case, what should I write? Module 2/4 underscore decoder. Shall I write like this, 2/4 decoder? Should not write like this. You should not start with number, right? decode underscore 2 by 4. This is the way that I can write. A enable D. Okay, so what are the inputs here now? Inputs are 1 down to 0 of A, but I should not write enable at the adjacent to that A, because that's its size is different, right? Input enable signal. What are the output signals here now? 3 down to 0 of D. Now what is the mathematical equation? What are the mathematical equation? So we don't bother about the internal circuitry, okay? Only the equations are necessary. So everybody knows that. What is the mathematical equation for that one? For example, D naught and now. D naught. D naught is equal to enable into A bar into A naught bar into B naught. A1 bar. So D1 is equal to enable into A1 A naught bar. I think MSB to LSB let us consider, okay? MSB is 1, LSB is A0. Therefore, A1 bar A naught, D2 is equal to enable into A1 into A naught bar, D3 is equal to enable into A1 into A naught. Okay, these are the mathematical equations are responsible. Okay, so therefore I want to call into our main program. So how do I do this? Yeah. So we'll write assignment statement. The which notation? Vector notation. D of 0 that I should write. What is this? D of 0 is nothing but enable A of 1. A of 1 complement is required, right? So therefore it looks sometimes it's difficult for the lower circuits, lower circuitry. Okay, but it's good for other circuits. And end like this, okay? Ended with not of A of 0. There is no option, something like this we can write. Okay. So the next one is assign B of 1 is equal to enable ended with A of 1, not of A of 1, ended with A of 0. So we write another assignment statement. Enable A of 1 ended with not of A of 0. Assign B3 is equal to enable ended with A of 1 ended with A of 0. So therefore, in this data flow modeling also we will find some kind of difficulty. Okay, if the number of inputs are increased or something like this, how big equation that we can write? Okay, so therefore there is also another alternative, that is a behavioral modeling that we normally use. So there the complexity is completely will be reduced. Okay, so the points we will see later on. Is it clear how to write a data flow modeling? Okay. It's a very simple equation. So for example, input Radha. What is this equation setting? Okay. For example, comparator Radha. Let us consider a comparator. 2-bit comparator. Okay. How to write a 2-bit comparator? What do you mean by a 2-bit comparator, first of all? So 2-bit comparator means, okay, no, not 2-bit comparator, it will be a lengthy one. Let us consider 1-bit comparator. Okay, 1-bit comparator means it will take 2 bits A and B, 1 bit size, and this must be, if it is equal, it will produce equal output. Otherwise, A greater than B is the signal has to generate, or A less than B signal has to generate. Okay. So for example, so what is the mathematical equation for this one? So actually we don't, it is difficult to directly remember all the equations. Okay. It's very difficult to remember the equation. But from the basic specification, we can understand, we can develop the truth table, right? From the basic information, we can develop the truth table. What is the truth table for this one? If A, B are the input signals, what it has to produce? Equality, A greater than B signal, A less than B signal. So AGB is one word, I can say that. Okay. So what is happening here? If it is 0, 0, if it is 0, 1, if it is 1, 0, 1, 1. So that means what I'm going to discuss about here is that if you don't know, if you don't know anything about the equations, okay, then we have to develop the equations. So from the truth table, okay. So what is the equation now? It becomes, so what is the equation? What is the output here now? If A and B are equal, this must be true. It must be true. That is the reason why it becomes 1. So for A and B is not equal. If equal, equality is must be 1. It's not say that A greater than B, A less than B. It's not like that. Okay. Whereas in this case, second case, B is greater. B is greater means A is less than, right? That's what the meaning. A is less than B. So it does. There is no value for the equality. There is no value for A greater than B. Okay. What about the third one? A is greater than. Okay. Here is the 1, but here is 0 and 0. So here is the 1, 0, 0. So from this one, I can develop my mathematical equations are, what are the equations here now? Equality operator. For equal purpose, I'm going to write A bar into B bar plus A into B. Okay. It is simply write A X naught kada. X naught symbol is something like this. X naught B. Next, what about AGB? So only the minterm is available here. So therefore, for that to get that minterm, this is the responsible input. Okay. Therefore, A bar into, sorry, A into B bar, right? A into B bar. Okay. What about ALB? Then only this is the responsible one. That means A bar into B. So these are the mathematical equations that are responsible to identify the functionality of the comparator, right? So these equations that we need to write in our main program. So shall we write? Module comparator underscore 1 bit So if you feel that EQ is a big statement, then you can remove that one also. AGB, ALB. Okay. Now inputs are all are 1 bit size, A comma B. Fine. The output is EQ, AGB, ALB. Okay. Next, what is the assignment statement for equality? Yes, sign. Same names that we have to use equal. A X naught B. Please remember, that is the operator that I have to use. Or otherwise, inka better way ante equal is equal to A XOR B. ఇంకో వేలో రాయొచ్చు not of A XOR B రాయొచ్చుగా. If it is not comfortable, you can do it like that only. But anyway, that is an exclusive OR operation, XNOR operation. So what about another one? Assign AGB is equal to AGB A and B. A ended with not of B. That's it. Okay. Next, another assignment. ALB is equal to not of A ended with B. That's all. So as the complexity of the system is increases, so data flow modeling and gate level modeling is not that much suitable. Okay, so therefore these are restricted for only for low complex digital circuits like 1 bit or 2 bit. More than 2 bits, we cannot apply this kind of thing. So if it is applied this one, readability will be the problem, and most of the much more labor is involved in this one. That's what you have to remember. Okay, it's not wrong that you are writing the data flow modeling for a 3-byte decoder. You can write it, there is no problem, but you have to put a lot of effort. So what is the main focus on engineering? We have to simplicity is the most important. So how simply and how effectively we are writing the thing is very important. Okay, for the sake of syllabus that we are understanding the if I ask you to write the data flow modeling for the 4 by 16 decoder, for example, you have to write. There's no option. For reality, that may not have good sense. Okay, so better you have to write the 4 by 16 decoder with the data flow, some other means, not with the help of data flow, not with the help of gate level modeling. Okay, so with this, we have completed the data flow modeling, how to write how to describe a circuit. If you know the equations, if you don't know the equations, we have to develop the equations, and then we need to write the mathematical equation. Okay, in the next class, we will see what are the different operators that we have to use. Okay, so with that one, we are going to see some of the examples by using those particular operators. So far, we have seen the operators of logical operators. Later, we see the relational operators. Later, we see so many things that are there. So those things we will see in the next class. Okay, we stop here today. Thank you.